I'm losing battery. Why don't we change now?
Sure. Good.
Okay, Kurt, we're rolling.
I don't think Duff liked his view either.
My view doesn't fucking... I got a view of... Oh, actually, right next to my bed where there should be a bedroom.
Yeah.
I went to open it up. It's a closet. I thought I woke up in
So
the
you
middle
don't
of the
mind
night.
the Hard Cock Cafe T-shirt, do you? Okay.
So the other one said fuck on it. Okay.
Good choice.
What's wrong with Hard Cock Cafe?
Nothing at all. It's the new MTV.
Yeah, come on, open up.
Okay. You going? Okay. Has it
So
not
we're going to
been...
make this short and sweet.
Sure. It's not going to be long. We've already done most of it. But has it not been driving you crazy not to be out on the road all this time? I mean, are you glad to get
Are you kidding?
back?
Are you kidding? I've been fucking going nuts.
That's what I mean, yeah.
I've been a complete basket case for I've been through the mill since we got off the road last time.
3 years,
So when we embarked on this thing, when we went to go do the theater tour, right?
Yeah.
When we popped back to Los Angeles, I just stay in a hotel. I didn't even go home.
So you're glad to get back on the road, right?
I'm very glad to be there. Yeah.
Have you been enjoying the dates, like the pre-tour shows you did, and this one? I mean,
Well, this one, I haven't swallowed this one yet, because it's like first time we've ever headlined in front of how many people?
40,000.
I'm in agony. How many?
40,000.
Well, I mean, yeah, exactly. So in that sense, yeah, it was fucking major. And then, the theater tour was killer because it gave us a chance to get back and get toe to toe and realize where the balls of the band really was, whereas opposed to like going out there and jerking off for 40,000 people and they're just screaming just for the hell of it.
Yeah.
You start to see that that we really have to do something. That we have to actually play and perform. Above par, or at least a par. Yeah. And that makes you work hard. Otherwise, we turn to lazy old, which is not happening.
Has the band changed in like any significant way because you got like a keyboard player now, you got a new drummer?
No, because it's been so long, and then when we worked the whole thing into the album, tell them to get the. When we worked through the album and all that, we were pretty much used to it. We'd already sort of built up. We got used to working with Matt like that, and then Digi came in, and it was just piano, which I'm used to listening to anyway, with whatever other bands it is that I'm listening to. Yeah. It's got piano in it, so we just got, it just got sort of like happen.
So you were never in the market for like a big synth sampler player or anything, apparently, right?
No, Kurt, come on.
Well, you never know,
Big synth sampler player. I can see it on the record, synth sampler. Probably is on there too.
No doubt there are some people out there saying, well, these
no,
days...
there is actually some synth on the new record, but it's not like Milli Vanilli didn't do. No, I mean it's not that kind of stuff. It's just with the bands playing and there's some other stuff like thrown in, and just because we were screwing around, it's very Guns N' Roses. Yeah. And we did work with somebody, I won't mention his name, that was using samples on the drums, and like when Axl and I discovered it, we flipped, literally. We were like, what? So this Guns N' Roses sample.
Really? Ooh.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
So no doubt there are some fans out there saying, these guys made a record back in 1987 and they haven't done a full album since then. What's taken so long? Is it just...
there's a lot of stuff that's taken made it take a long time. I mean, it was success, made it take a long time. That sudden realization of like being huge blew my mind, threw me for a loop, right? Especially because we were sort of like just not from that school at all. Yeah. So that took a little while. I mean, that took till just recently for me to adjust to, just as far as home life goes. Yeah. And then there was the associated drug problems that ensued, and then there was the situation with Steven, and then finding somebody to replace Steven, and finding somebody to fit into the band, fit into the folds, right? Which was no easy task at all. It's not like we couldn't put an ad in the Post, And then after that, it was getting us into working out the material with Matt,
Yeah.
and then getting in the studio. And we did the studio stuff really quick, like the basics, and then I went in and did guitars and all that stuff, and then we just spent a lot. We enjoyed being in the studio,
Yeah.
And although we did want to go out on tour, we had all this material and we wanted to do it good. So I mean, and plus we just sat around and like sort of watched the music scene turn into sludge again. That was very fun. So we just hung out until the timing was right.
Yeah.
And now we're out there we're touring, we're headlining, granted, but we're touring on our own merit, so to speak. When the record comes out, it'll take whatever it is we're doing now that much further, but at the same time we're out there and doing it just as a band. If we can entertain 40,000 people without any kind of material for them to recognize, which isn't really fair, but at the same time it's really good for us and it's making us work hard, and we're still going to give you a good show. And if I remember correctly, that's how we started out in clubs.
Yeah.
And we didn't have a record out or anything. So it brings us more back down to cult level. Not the band, the cult, but...
the level of the cult.
Yeah. Not the level of the cult either.
Well, no, I didn't mean that. Did everything...
You said it, not me.
Did everything you recorded go onto the records? Is there stuff left over?
We still actually let the cat out of the bag. I think we still have 3 songs left.
B-sides?
No, they'll be on the record. They're going to get done while we're here in Wisconsin.
Oh.
Just vocals. I mean, we've had so much to do.
Yeah.
And so some vocals that were left over. I mean, it's like 36 some odd songs. I mean,
You're saying this record isn't done yet, right?
No, I'm not saying it's not done yet. I'm saying that there's 3 songs left.
It will be out in late July.
It will be out. It's supposed to be out on my birthday, actually.
Oh, what's
July 23rd.
Did the... what made you decide to put out 2 albums instead of a double album?
Well, for one, we didn't want to look that pompous, and we didn't want to make anybody go out and have to spend like, $30 or whatever it is for a double record. Double records just seem to be just like out of date anyway. And then when the concept started to form of separating it and making it so you could go out and buy one if you like it, then maybe you buy the other one. You have a choice of the 2, and stuff like that. It made it more fair to the public,
You're missing out on an opportunity for a double gatefold spread.
Well, it doesn't matter. Come on. I don't think anybody. I mean, like the old. I mean, when it comes down to it, all you ever really ended up doing was listening to the record and reading the lyric sheets, right? Which live records or double records hardly ever had lyric sheets. So, I mean. And there's a lot. I mean, there's great sleeves and so on and so forth. So
are they
basically just music.
Are they arranged differently? I mean, are they set up as different moods for each album?
I can't tell you all that stuff. It's not released yet. That's supposed to be like the whole cool surprise of it. Is like it comes out. I mean, we're selling programs now, which are basically like the first little hint of what the whole package is like. But otherwise, I'm not going to tell you any jack. Whatever.
Forget I asked. What made you decide to go with Skid Row?
I will anyway, so...
What made you decide to go with Skid Row as an opening act? Was that an immediate first choice?
Well, the Skids, like they're friends of ours and stuff, and also like the only band that has sort of that attitude around that was like genuine and brash.
Yeah.
And I mean, when you think about it, it's a great double bill. It's all about attitude. and whatever it is that we do. I mean, I couldn't see going out with such and such and such and such, like, great white lion tigress or whatever.
I think we know what you mean there.
Because, I mean, we wanted the whole thing to be just, like, really happening. And fucking pow, wham, Flintstone stuff. More like Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner kind of thing.
You'll be dropping an Acme box on your heads. Did the my mind just went absolutely blank.
Really? Does that happen to you too, Kurt? Because you always seem so sharp.
Constantly, but no, sometimes I'm very slow. Did the so is your having gotten over the stardom thing, is your life assumed a normal order now, or are you like living a regular
No,
life?
I've adjusted my screwed up life to this, this. I mean, basically, it's still the same. I just have more responsibilities, and I can't just drop everything, and just like take off like I used to. Although I still do sometimes now. It just, life took on a whole different shade, basically. It wasn't like, I think everything changed as far as my, being aware of what's going on, business-wise, as well as my own financial situation, and then, like going on the street and being reminded constantly that I'm not on the same level as everybody else is on the sidewalk. Just cruising around because people recognize you all the time. It was just weird for me because I'm sort of like, But
how do you deal with that now?
I drive.
Hasn't got to the point.
No, I'm cool. I don't. It's not a big deal. It just took a little bit. A lot of other bands that have gone through it deal with it differently. I mean, it was like a big smack in the face to us in a way, and we just, I can't really speak for everybody in the band, but like I avoided it with consuming whatever it was around that would sort of like just dull it, and that really wasn't the right way to go. And eventually that took its toll on me, and I stopped and just started dealing with it, and it's no big, it's like a small price to pay, really, but it was more of a personality crisis for me than it was anything, and the attention being focused all the time. And
it's not like the Grateful Dead, though, where they have like board meetings every month or anything yet, is it? Or
I don't know. I just went to a board meeting just recently. They could be more frequently. That's why we're on the road, though. It's like,
God. Dov was telling us that you did a video with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he said you had seen this movie. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Like, this is the most expensive movie ever made.
I know, it's up to date.
You see all that money up on the screen?
It's a heavy-duty movie.
Yeah.
Do you see it up on the screen?
No.
I don't know. Can you see that much money?
Some of you can see in the production values, they bought this, they bought this explosion.
Personally, I can't picture that much money. Literally. But as far as the movie goes, it is intense. It's a lot more involved and complex than the first one. It's longer. It's got a lot more ins and outs to it, however you want to put it. And we had a great time. It was fun. Hang out with Arnold.
Arnold's a fan, I gather, right?
I guess. I guess he liked the songs. We hung out really. We got along really, really well. And he gave the whole band jackets from the movie, and these great French leather biker jackets, right?
Wow.
With bullet holes everywhere, right? And the one jacket I got was from my favorite scene. I mean, they're at random. He gave them to us, right? And I got my favorite one, which is where he gets shot 6 million times, and I'll come through his back, right? So I got that one. The sleeves come down to my fingernails, right? Anyway, I gave that to my security guard, and he flipped. And I gave Arnold my top hat.
You think he wears it anywhere?
I have no idea. We took pictures. I tried to take his shotgun from him. He wasn't too happy with it. I don't think anybody in the parking lot would have been happy with that.
There's going to be more of this kind of thing going on. Did he call up and want you to do a song specifically for the soundtrack?
No, I think he requested a couple bands just to sort of sample. I don't know exactly how we got involved in it. And he heard You Could Be Mine, which is sort of like the first, or is the first release.
Yeah.
I guess I can say that much.
It's a ballad, right?
Okay. I'm looking over it and seeing if it's okay. No, it's not a ballad.
I don't know.
No, it's a rocker, and it's the first release on the record, and it's in the movie. And so we shot New York, and we shot some like footage of us coming out of the dressing room, the stage door at the Roxy in L.A., where we come face to face with Arnold in his Terminator gear, and it was all pretty funny. And
Whoa.
pretty rotted by that point. Jesus. And we just, and it just got done. And I just, want to make sure it comes out cool, so it's not another one of those movie band things where they don't tie together. I want it to all be intense, but I'll be around for the editing and stuff. So.
Do you still get since you're driving a lot these days, do you still get a chance to talk to like kids on the street? I mean, do you run into them occasionally? Because
I don't run them over. No,
you run. I mean, bump into them.
No, I don't hang out like in clubs as much as I used to because it's just generally not. I used to hang out in clubs and get so S-faced that I would cause disaster all the time. So now I go in to have a casual drink, right? And then there's people swarming me all the time, or there's so many rumors being spread about me, or my old lady, or some stuff like that. It gets to be a general pain in the ass. But I've always been the type to take the time out to talk to people, and like as long as it didn't get to be really out of hand, or someone wasn't trying to rip me off, or grab something of mine, or the general bullshit. So. Just making a lot of noise here.
The reason I asked that was because given the amount of material that Guns N' Roses has done since '87, which is not a lot in band terms.
There's enough material on this new record that I give
to make up for it and balance it out.
Like 4 albums easy from any normal band.
But I mean, when you consider what's been put out, it's amazing the identification that the fans have. I mean, you talk to kids out there, they really have some sort of strong connection with the band. I just was wondering if you were aware of that. It's not
I think about it all the time. I I appreciate it because it makes me feel like part of a gang. No, really, it does. It's like, it's like, regardless of what, nothing against you, but what you might say or any of your so-called colleagues out there, it's like when it comes down to it, that's where we're happening, is with the people that we're playing for, and they're like right in there, and they understand us, we understand them. So it's like you couldn't crack through that with, headlining like LA Times with something on it, unless it was like really, really bad. It'd have to be something that was unlike us in character. But so that's what that's what we're all about. So I think about it all the time because like tonight was a huge shock just to see that reaction, and it feels so to relate to that many people and feel so close.
And doing all this new material too.
Yeah, I know. I was like, what the hell is that?
Well, I know they're getting into it in the back there. Jeez.
Throwing grass and stuff.
Do you have any favorite rumors about yourself that you'd like to squelch?
Squelch?
Put a stop to?
Not really. I don't care.
Because we were talking to Duff earlier, and he said he's working out now. I never thought I'd hear that, but he's like, his life has turned around, apparently.
Yeah.
Is that pretty much true of the whole band? This is an upstanding outfit now?
No comment. No, I took care of myself for a while, and I still am, more or less. I'm no angel or anything. I haven't turned into that. But and before this started happening, I was like sitting around drinking beers, watching cartoons at my girlfriend's house, and like, doing nothing all day until rehearsal, and realized I better get off my ass, and like, so I started exercising for a while. But then we, that's not my style. I mean, seriously, it's just not. And the only reason I'm wearing these stupid things is I have nothing else to wear. You know what I'm saying? And so now I get my workout, I'm back to normal just from the shows, and the same reason I was ever in good health in the first place. So I won't go by way of Duff's statement. But.
Was bringing Dizzy into the band because you felt the music you're doing now requires like an extra dimension?
No, we just did it because we wrote the songs that way.
Yeah. And he was an old buddy.
He was almost a pseudo roommate. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, he told us he used to like share a garage or something together, right?
Like an alley studio. So
that's good for me. Is that good for you? Sure. Is it your birthday yet? It's not your birthday yet.
I told you my wife in July. Are you on drugs? Oh, you got more?